Time now to go in the film room for this week's play breakdown presented by Microsoft. And we're going to start with the defense, a defense that had 4 interceptions in the Browns game against the Ravens last time. Unfortunately, not enough. Hopefully this time, though, those turnovers will lead to points and a big Browns win. John Johnson playing incredibly well of late. He got an interception in this one. And Hoff, here he is, able to kind of read the field, read the quarterback, and sees a free runner. And Mark Andrews says, I better run with that guy, does, and then makes an incredible play on the ball.
That's exactly what you want out of your free safety, the guy that's in that robber position, that hole position. He's the free player that can make people on the defense in the back end, right? And you want a guy in that position with great instincts. That's exactly what John Johnson III showed here. As he sees there's a free runner kind of running down the middle of your defense, he does a great job of latching on and then running the route for the receiver. He gets himself in phase so that when Lamar Jackson lets go of this football, there's almost nowhere that Lamar can lay this football that can give the receiver a chance and not Johnson. So that's exactly what you want to do when you're in phase on coverage on a tight end in this situation. You want to put yourself in that hip pocket and force only a perfect throw to be able to make it in that situation. Lamar Jackson unable to throw it far enough to be able to put it past John Johnson. And then how about the job that John Johnson III does tracking this football when the ball's in the air, getting his head around, sensing that your receiver is slowing down. He's getting ready to go up and try to make a catch. That's exactly the trigger for Johnson to be able to realize, hey, got to get my head around so it's not pass interference, got to slow down. And now it's all about finding the football.
You love to see that, the ability to flip his hips. And earlier in the game, the Ravens had gotten a big play to Mark Andrews on kind of a busted play similar to that in the sense that Ronnie Harrison got caught, couldn't see the football, and Andrews made a big play. John Johnson said after that one, look, I knew I couldn't panic. I had to just stay in phase, turn my head. When he did find the football, he did that, made a great play for the Browns. Let's go over to the offensive side of the ball now. And when you play a team like the Ravens, Joe, a team that's going to give you a lot of man one and a lot of cover three, that's kind of the predominant defense they've played this year. You got to have some cover three beaters in the staple. And this is what Kevin Stefanski dialed up on the opening drive. And you got a huge play out of it. The Browns would have another similar play later to Jarvis, who ended up going over 100 yards in this game. So cover three here. Marlon Humphrey top, he's got that third. Deep third in the middle. The middle of the field's closed, and a deep third here. So if you're able to run DPJ out and clear this corner, all you have are dropping linebackers trying to get there or dropping safeties, and Jarvis is going to fake coming across and fill that void right out here for a big catch. We'll take a look as it unfolds. Hoff, take it away.
Yeah, beating a zone coverage, it's all about finding the voids. And cover three, you've got a safety in the middle of the field that's playing the post. So you want to get as many receivers down the field as you possibly can to try to occupy those guys, to make some space in the middle of the field. That's exactly what the Browns are able to do in this play.
And so as you see, you take a look at it right here. What the Browns have done is that they have occupied the deep safety on the right side of the field. They've occupied the other safety, the strong safety who had come up with this flat route. So that creates this huge void of grass right here where Jarvis Landry is going, and Baker Mayfield, the ball's already out, is able to hit it right in there. So what you're trying to do is use their zone principles against them. So he's in kind of like a cloud flat. He's going on the vertical, and that's going to clear out all the space over here for Jarvis Landry as the play unfolds, and you can see it. He's running right here, back to the ball, back to the ball, back to it. There's no defender who can get over there, and Baker already with a good anticipation, he throws the ball, and you see right here, this is when he's making the throw. Gone, void, big play for the Cleveland Browns.
You always want to put zone defenders in conflict and make them decide, who do I want to cover? And then you always want to make them wrong. Whoever they decide to cover, you throw it to the other guy. That's exactly what Baker does in this play, and that's why it's a huge play for the Cleveland Browns.
All right, Hoff, let's get just real technical for a second, because I want to see if I see something here Zabruder film style. Queen's coming. Look at this last second. JC sees it. I think he turns his head and says something. Do you see that right there? Turns his head to say to Joel, I'm picking up the blitzer. You need to come this way. Right? Because
Absolutely.
Look at how quickly he's over there, and they pick it up. Without that communication, there would have been a gap there.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're communicating to each other, and JC is letting Joel know that I'm leaving right now. Because this is a protection. If you look, David Njoku on the left side, he's actually in blocking. If number 54 Tyus Bowser comes, he's going to block him. Then you got Hooper in the backfield. He's checking the safety on the left side and coming all the way across if he's needed. Otherwise, he can get out in the flat and be an emergency valve for Baker Mayfield to dump it off to. But what JC needs to tell Joel is that I'm not helping you to start. I'm leaving right away, because that defender that we're responsible for, it's a 2 for 2 in this situation. He's coming right now. So don't expect any help. That means Joel needs to change his technique. Instead of thinking, hey, JC's helping me and then he might leave, he's thinking now he's leaving right now. I got to take this over by myself immediately. He's going to take a little bit of a deeper drop, slide over a little bit further to start with. And it's those little details in pass protection that are often overlooked, but they're the difference between a great protection up front and Baker Mayfield delivering a great 20-yard pass down the field, or all of a sudden there's some leakage inside and now Baker has to slide and he doesn't have a good platform to be able to throw the football to the wide open receiver down the field. It's those things, those little details in your pass protection are the difference in this situation for 3rd and 4 and converting a first down, or having to get off the field and going, putting your punt team out there. In that situation for Joel and JC, those guys have played together long enough where all JC needs to do is look at Joel and they're on the same page, because he knows what he's talking about, because there's only one thing he's going to say. So when you're in these loud environments, you might not be able to hear each other, but it's that nonverbal communication that veterans are able to solicit between the two of them that makes the difference and allows them to play at an elite level.